I started a video yawning. So I've had a migraine for the last 3 days, and to the point where I had to go to the doctor's and get a shot of Toradol, Tremadol, I don't know, something in my ass. And now my headache's gone. So apparently it's due to stress. So I remember my doctor asking me, I don't know, about a year ago, if I ever hear voices. You get a fear for your life when your doctor's asking you if you hear voices. So I said to her today, I said, you remember when you asked me if I heard voices? She gets up from her chair and just kind of shuts the door. She's like, yes. I was like, what constitutes voices and what's the difference between voices and your own self being toxic in your brain, right? And she goes, what? She's like, what are you talking about? And I said, well, it's like I wake up in the morning and I'm stressed already. I said, my brain doesn't stop. It doesn't stop worrying. It doesn't stop stressing. It doesn't stop being negative. It doesn't stop. Like it's 100% all the time, unless I'm, high or, on the CBD or playing video games or reading a book, like to distract my brain. That's literally what I'm doing. If I'm just sitting here watching a TV show, that's what I'm thinking. I can't focus. I just can't focus on anything else other than the stress. And I said, is that what the voices are? Is the voice of a schizophrenic person their own selves driving them nuts? Like, is that how I'm going to die? And I'm telling her all this, and she said, no, usually a person can tell whether or not you're hearing voices. If it's thoughts, that's just you. But if you're hearing voices telling you to do something, or I don't know, let's start a fire, no, that's not what I'm going through. Thank God. Not yet. But it made me feel like, what is it normal? Is it normal for the human mind to be so toxic? Like, I just feel like it's irreversible at this point. I feel like I don't know how to think positive, and I don't know how to act positive, and I don't know how to reverse the thinking of a pessimist. I don't know how to stop thinking and dwelling and stressing and worrying. And it's tiring to the point where I'm giving myself migraines. So I really don't know what I'm talking about. I guess just how do you reverse the damage that's been done? How do you reprogram your brain into thinking, into not making more problems, but making solutions to the problems that are relevant? Like, how does one do that? So tired of everything. And then, on top of stress that you have, my brain makes up stress that's not even there, which is a brilliant, trait to have. Let's just find problems that don't exist. I don't know where to put my computer today. I'm just too lazy to sit on the floor like I normally do. So I'm just gonna talk like this, I guess. Anyway, yeah. So if you have any tips on how to reprogram your entire thinking process, that'd be great. I want to know how it started. My mom always says that my grandmother was a worrier, and I think to myself, maybe it's just like genetic. Maybe I'm just like destined to be this ball of uptight, stomach always in a knot, can barely breathe mess. But it would be nice if there was a solution. It looks like I'm bald in some spots, but I think it's just the lighting. It's coming in pretty good. All here is going to be gray. You can see it already. It's a very weird thing. See your hair grow from scratch. I feel like a chia pet. Every day I look in the mirror and it's a little bit longer. But yeah. How I'm living is not a constructive way, or not a constructive way. Well, I guess yeah, that's a good word for it. It's not the best way to handle all the stress that I'm going through because I'm not working right now. I'm not actively trying to get better. Holy fuck, sorry. I'm not actively trying to get better because I have a million other things to worry about right now. But then I think, is that an excuse to just not focus on myself? I don't know. Can it be reversed? I've seen so many counselors and I've been on so many different medications. And I kind of feel like everything's just hacky. Like everything's just like a band aid solution. It's not like really, um, it's not a long term plan, you know, because the things that are stressing me out in life are never going to go away. Like money is always going to be around. I'm always going to have to need money unless I want to be living in a bush. Um, people, people are always going to be around. They're always going to stress me out. All the factors in my life that are stressing me out are never ever going to go away. And I need to really learn how to cope with that and deal with it better. But I can't right now because there are so many other distractions and so many other things that sort of need my attention right now. But then you get migraines in the meantime, which are debilitating, by the way. I knew people when I was in school who got migraines. My grandmother got migraines to the point where, like, she would puke. I have never experienced a migraine in my life, except, like, within the last year, I've had a good handful of bad ones. Whether it's the mold issue in my apartment or stress or both, or, who knows. But I don't know how people deal with that on the daily. I feel awful because that was brutal. Just sitting in my doctor's office, just bawling my eyes out. I'm like, and she's like, "Are you okay?" No, I have a tumor. I'm sure it was. I said to her, I was like, I literally feel like I've had a stroke. Like I'm not coming up with words quick enough. I'm not feeling like I make sense. My equilibrium's off. She's like, yeah, this is all migraine and anxiety. And I was like, oh, cool. So I can't just have a normal headache. It has to be, a migraine plus anxiety. I just feel like that's her default thing for me too, which really bothers me. She always, every time I come in with a problem, she's like, "Oh, it's just anxiety." like, listen, Linda, I'm having chest pains. I can't see right. I'm off balance. Got headaches. Oh, that's just anxiety. Don't worry about it. See you later. I can't taste anything but the color red. No, that's just anxiety. Don't worry about it. Fuck, I need a new doctor. Anyway, how do you change your thought process? How do you take a pessimist who's been hurt and shown the darkest things in this realm and turn them back into an optimist who is pure and not jaded from the world? Can you reverse the cycle? Or am I doomed to just be an old, fat, bald, cat loving bitch for the rest of my life? If you have any tips, let me know. I think I might make another video tonight. I'm really bored. So I'll think of some other stuff to say. And then I'll get back to you. Okay, bye.